Hey y'all, this is part 6 in our job loss survival series. And it's under the category of finances, child support. Okay? As we all know, job loss can be catastrophic and have many ripple effects. If you have a child support or alimony obligation, your job loss will obviously affect your ability to pay that support obligation. Regardless of your relationship with your ex-spouse, you don't want to get sideways with child support because of all the negative things that can happen. If you lose your job, your support obligation does not stop. Unfortunately, you're responsible to pay whatever the court ordered amount is, unless a new order of support is entered by the court. Generally, to modify your support obligation requires that you file a motion for modification of support order with the family court. A motion to modify is a lawsuit. So all the requirements of a lawsuit must be followed to get in front of the judge for him or her to make a decision. You really need to talk to a family law attorney to help you. If an attorney represented you in your divorce or paternity case, you should probably get a hold of them as soon as you can to discuss your options. If child support enforcement has an open case on you, you could contact your local support office, child support office, to advise that you've lost your job and see if they might reduce your support obligation. However, remember, child support enforcement is not your attorney, and their job is to collect support payments from you, right? Plus they're a state agency, it's a big bureaucracy, and whether they care or not about you, is sort of a question. Generally, child support's position is going to be you need to be out of work for 6 months or more before they will review your situation. So the best action in my judgment is to contact your own family law attorney for assistance so that they can tell you what your options really are. Now, if you receive unemployment benefits, the Department of Workforce Services, Arkansas Department of Workforce Services, can withhold your child support obligation from your unemployment check. Obviously, this is going to impact your finances. However, your child will be cared for, and you won't have to deal with all the terrible things that come from getting behind on your support obligation. Now, before child support will hold out, they must know you're receiving unemployment. And of course, for them to know that, somebody's got to tell them or notify them that you're receiving unemployment benefits. That's number one, they got to know. And then number two, in your order of support, there needs to be some sort of language that says that if you receive unemployment benefits, that child support has the authority to withhold that from your unemployment check. If that's not in there and you wanted them to take it out of your unemployment check, which I'll have to say I would encourage you to do that, you can sign an agreement with the child support enforcement unit allowing them to take that out of your check. Now, this is sort of a short video, and it doesn't apply to everybody, obviously, only if you have a support obligation. And I don't have to tell you that if you get behind, there's going to be problems, right? And it's just a difficult situation. So here are the conclusions. Number one, your support obligation is not going to change automatically because you lose your job. Number two, you're required to pay child support in the amount that your support order dictates unless you file a motion to modify your support obligation. That's a lawsuit. You go to a hearing or trial in front of the family court judge and convince the judge to change your support obligation. And then there's a new order of support entered by the family court judge changing your obligation. Then after that, you can another way to handle it is you can contact child support to advise of your job loss and request a reduction, which probably is not going to go that well unless you've been out of work for a long time, and for them to take the support out of your unemployment. However, it is normally best, I would say 99% of the time, it's best that you contact your own family law attorney for assistance, since your own attorney is going to be looking out for your interest. And let's just face it, the government's not really going to be looking out for you. They're looking out to check a box that says we're receiving this support obligation, right? So contact a family law lawyer. And if you don't know any, you can call our office and we'll refer you to somebody in your area. So that's job loss, survival, child support, or support obligation. There's just not a whole lot to it because you're going to have to pay something. And if you need it to, your obligation to be reduced, you're going to have to file this lawsuit to get that done. Okay, so I'm Greg Niblock, personal injury and bankruptcy attorney. I appreciate you watching this video, and I do wish you success in your job search. And don't forget, build that house of survival. And our next video, number 7, is going to be about 401k plans, pensions, and equity in your home. And basically, don't mess with it. All right, you know I love you. I wish you the best, and God bless you. Thank you.